Hey guys, it's Perry here. Welcome to my season 15.18 tier list. Guys, I'm going to be doing a low elo to high elo. I want to cover the champion fundamentals, and I'm going to really give you guys the best understanding that you need to decide what champion to play and how to get yourself from literally iron to emerald, emerald to masters, and then so on. Guys, let's jump into the champion fundamentals right away. So, champion fundamentals encompasses four big things. And I really want you guys to understand that every single piece matters a lot. If you're lacking any of these things, you don't understand one of these things, you will not be playing the best champion to your best ability of yourself, and you also won't be doing yourself a service. So let's start off with how easy the champion is relative to your current skill level. What this means is, let's say you are an iron player or you're a bronze player. Let's say you're below gold platinum. If you're picking champions like Lee Sin, Lilia, Viego, yeah, I know, Kiana, these champions have significantly more difficult mechanics, character understandings, build understandings versus champions like Amumu, Diana, Briar even, Dr. Mundo, Hecarim. Where's Mundo? These champions require very intense mechanics. You need to use a bunch of different abilities in a bunch of different ways, and it changes every game. These champions function almost the same way every single game. You have the same game plan, the same goal, the same understanding every single time. Problem here is a lot of you guys in lower ranks decide to play a champion over here because they're more fun. You want to play a champion that represents your elo. You want to play a champion that's good in your elo, almost always. You don't want to be playing champions that are not good at your elo. You're going to just lose LP. I promise you, you'll lose way more LP. Do yourself a favor and try to pick easier champions. It just makes sense, right? If you want to climb, you're here to climb, pick easier champions. As you get to Emerald, because you're going to strategically climb, that's when you can start thinking about champions like Kindred, about champions like Kha'Zix, about champions like Nidalee, debatably, like Elise, okay, sure. Because now you're at a bracket in the elos where you understand the game. You are at a place where you can pick up something more difficult. For example, I was a Kayn OTP all the way from Diamond all the way to Challenger, and then after I came and I started learning other champions, like Viego, I started learning Jarvan, I started learning Udyr, I started learning a bunch of other champions. But you need to start with something easy and something you can do at all times. That is champion fundamentals number one. Number two, how much carry potential do you have on the champion? This is very, very, very important. Let's look at some champions that people might want to play. Darius, Teemo, you have Nunu, you have Rammus, Sejuani, maybe even Maokai, Mordekaiser, Nautilus. The theme with these champions is it is very difficult to inherently carry game. A lot of things need to go right to make the champion really good. Does it mean these champions are bad? No. Let's say you're playing Teemo into, let's say, a Kindred, or into 5 champions that you blind and you have max value from the blind. Sure. Let's say you're playing Darius with against 5 enemy melee champions. Now you're gonna get 5 stacks and just beat everyone down. Sure. Rammus full AD, Sejuani multiple melees, Mordekaiser good isolation, Nautilus good follow up, Nunu good follow up. In the perfect worlds, these champions excel. But on your average game, you don't have much carry potential. Too many stars need to align. A champion like Amumu, although it is on the slightly team reliant side, you have really high DPS, you have 3 AoE spells, you have so much CC you can make people literally unable to move the entire time, the entire team fight, they cannot move. QRQ, they can't move. Champions like this have a very high carry potential, are very easy, which is why Amumu is always recommended as one of the top champions. It's because in any game you play, Amumu is always going to have value. In any game you play on champions like this, you might not have super big value. And let's say for whatever reason, this Amumu champion has no value. In a specific scenario where your teammates need, I don't know, like your teammates need an AD champion. Let's just imagine that. You have AP, top, mid, ADC, and support. That's where you dive into a second champion, but you don't want to choose champions that are weak by themselves. You don't want to choose champion that isn't providing something, a carry potential, by themselves. So a champion that will always provide value, and you'll always be able to impact the map and carry the game. Xin Zhao, You have champion like Jarvan, champion like even like Trundle even. These bruisers also easy to play, relatively easy to play, depending on your skill level, but they'll always have an opportunity to carry the game. What is your existing class expertise from previous experience? Okay, so the question here is, you guys have probably been playing the game for, let's say, 1, 2, maybe a few months or many years. You guys are probably familiar with a specific style of play. So I will categorize these really quickly. You have bruisers, you have tanks, you have hyper scale farmers, you have like invaders champions, you have weak but hard scaling champions. These guys can go like here. Like there's like Talia could go here, Shyvana can go here, invading. So there are styles, right? So these champions are like fighters, bruisers. Poppy can be like their tanks. If we add another category here, there should be a separate category for like range champions too, because melee and range champions are a bit different. But the idea is you need to understand the existing champion you are good at or you are playing will help you choose your next champion. Let's say you are really, really, really good at Shyvana for whatever reason. It just has it has no reason, but you're just good on the champion. Or let's say you're really good on Hecarim, okay, for whatever reason. Or let's say you're really good at Nocturne, or okay, not or Talon. So I'll break these down. If you're really good on Shyvana, you want to pick a champion that understands how to space in fights and understands how to power farm really hard. Okay, champion right next to it, Diana. Great. So if I'm not playing Shyvana, I want to play a champion like Diana. Now let's say you need an AD champion that does the same functionality as a super power farming Shyvana. You could think about Hecarim, because Hecarim is also a power farming jungler, needs to understand spacing, etc. But you don't want to go from a champion like Shyvana to like Sejuani, because now you're going from power farmer hyper carry 1v9 to tank. Like, what's going on there? Or Shyvana to like Viego, where it's like fight every sequence you can and mechanically outplay people, versus fucking farm and be smart about your fights. So you need to pick a champion within your archetype of what you're good at already. If you're an ADC player coming into the jungle, think about champions like Graves. Think about champions like Kindred. Think about champions like debatably even Nidalee, because these are mechanical champions and ADC is generally a mechanical role. If you're not good mechanically, then and you're just gonna die every time, then that's a different story. But that's generally how things work. If you have low deaths, ranged champions are great. Brand, Kindred, Graves, etc. If you're good at assassins, let's say you were a Talon mid player, play picks like Kiana, Kha'Zix, Kayn. You get the idea, right? So that's the third thing, and that's one of the most important things, is you need to pick champions that work well with your with what you know, with what you understand. Now let's talk about our fourth thing and probably the most important thing. So if you guys need to pay attention here, because this is the most important thing, and it's, what is the big goal? Joe is silver. Joe probably has the goal to get from silver to gold. Okay. Question is, does he value the rank or does he value the fun? Because these are two different things. So do I want to have fun or do I want to? So these things are different. If you want to have fun, go ahead and play whatever you want. Go ahead and play like literally anything. I'm not here to stop you from having fun. But if you simply want to climb, there's methodical ways that you can make yourself climb easier. Here's the catch. A lot of people say this: I want to climb. And the moment things get hard, they drop their champion, they drop their understanding, and they drop what they believe in, because it's not fun to lose and it's not fun to learn. Learning is the hardest step. It's really fun to tell someone and a coach, hey, Perry, I am going to start OTPing Viego because I want to commit to this champion. And then I'm going to go from silver to gold OTPing Viego. The start is always really fun. You have people supporting you. And the end is also really fun. You tell me, hey, Perry, I made it to gold. I OTP'd. Look at me. Awesome. I'll celebrate with you. At the end, there's balloons. At the start, there's balloons. We're here. In the middle, this entire time when you're grinding, that's the time where people give up. So if you were to give up, that means honestly you probably value fun more, or you just don't care about your goal, don't care about your climb. And that's fine. If that's you, that's fine. But what you need to understand is the hardest part. The hardest part is to commit to a champion and genuinely just do your best no matter how hard things get. And learn and keep growing as a player, keep growing as a person, and eventually hitting the goal of getting to gold. Don't quit. Okay. That is pretty much understanding champion fundamentals. What I'm going to do now is jump into very, very, very quick understandings of just basic tier lists. We're gonna jump into iron to emerald here. So to get from iron to emerald, this is what I want you guys to play. This is what I want you guys to focus on. First champion I'm gonna have up here is Mumu. Okay, Mumu, amazing, amazing, amazing champion. This champion also recently got buffed from Bammy Cinders, and then the Q got buffed in general. I definitely highly recommend you pick a champion like a Mumu up. Very, very, very OP. Very, very easy to play, and in general, he is just like so easy to do things with, so easy to win games with. I really, really, really want you guys to understand that, like, if you're not picking a Moo and you really care about climbing, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. Next champion we have here is Nocturne. Okay, Nocturne is the same thing, really easy, really, really easy understanding of the game, really, really powerful, high impact. Next champion I personally like want relevant here. I'm probably only gonna do S, A, and B tier. Is going to be Shyvana over here. I'm gonna kind of just like crank out these champions. Um, Shyvana is just really, really powerful, good at farming. Diana, S tier champion. She's really good at farming, pretty good at team fighting. Xin Zhao, good bruiser, really strong, really easy, really simple to understand. Jarvan right here, A tier champion, really, really strong. Same thing as Xin Zhao. Stat checker, really powerful. Champion like Kane. Kane deserves to be up here, but gets much harder to play. A good Kane, you can bash your head into the wall, still pretty easy. Poppy, high damage, good stats, really strong. Okay, then we have champion like, let's see, what are we missing? Gwen. Gwen's a really solid champion. She's a little bit hard to play at times. That's the only catch. Maybe because of how difficult she is, I'll put her in B tier. Volibear, S tier champion, even though he got nerfed. Okay, so you can sort of see how like there's a theme with these champions. They're pretty easy. They have pretty high impact, and they're like the big thing. If you're any rank below, let's say, like, again, Emerald, you want to play easy and you want to play high impact. We're gonna put Lily here. She's a little bit more difficult to play, but still very, very powerful. Talia is worth mentioning. She could be a B tier champion, but picture this: you're an Emerald player. Are you gonna play a good Talia? Probably not. Or you're below Emerald. You're probably not gonna play a good Talia because you're just gonna die over and over and over again. Trundle, good bruiser, really easy to play. We're gonna add Hecarim here. A little bit more difficult to play, but still very powerful. And I'm really, really, really starting to like our list. A lot of these other champions, I won't even like bat my eye to. Like, it doesn't actually matter, these champions. Uh, because like looking at these like champs, they're all either too difficult to play if you're low rank, or they are simply not strong enough. Um, so yeah, guys, I'm pretty happy with this list right now. I know there's only 8, 12, 13 champions here, but these are truly the 13 champions that I'd really recommend you to play. You could add a champion like Briar. You could add a champion like Echo. You could add a champion like Belveth, all being in like C tier. You could add a champion like Udyr. You could add a champion like Zyra's. You get the idea. Like, these champions are your go-to champions. If you want LP, they're the easiest to coach. They're the easiest to learn. The easiest to understand. Okay, in my Jungle Kingdom, in my program, I'm going to be hyper focusing on all these champions because, from my experience, these champions are extremely easy for anyone to play. That's going to be the low rank tier list. If you are now an Emerald player or you're a Diamond player and you're trying to get to Masters, I highly recommend this champion right here. So Amumu is not like, if you're an Emerald, don't even play Amumu. Amumu is not good. Okay. We're going to take Poppy out. We're gonna take Shyvana out. We're gonna take Volibear still deserves to be here. We're gonna take Xin Zhao out. I don't really like Xin Zhao. Gwen is actually probably one of the strongest champions by far if you're willing to OTP a champion and actually learn the champion. Really, really, really powerful OPS champion. If you're Emerald trying to get to Masters, you want a little cheat code, Gwen is actually one of the super interesting cheat codes. Okay, another champion I'd recommend is Kane. Kane, Volibear, Diana, all good champions I could recommend. Kindred's pretty solid as well. Really high mechanical champion, but pretty good defenses as well with your ultimates. You have a champion like Wukong that's going down here. Lilia goes up a little rank here. I'm pretty happy with this. Hecarim can go up. So you can see now we're getting a little bit more of mechanical intensive champions. Zyra can go up here. Vi, I wouldn't recommend, not a great solo queue champion. Master Yi, this champion in general, only good if you're true OTP, but you can abuse Master Yi really, really, really well. Elise, C tier. Viego. Viego's S tier champion. So once you are past the Emerald rank, Viego is one of the strongest S tier champions in the game. Simply because you now have understanding of the game, you now understand mechanics a bit more, and you understand all the champions. Hopefully, um, Viego is one of the most like painful solo queue champions to play against. It is so unbelievably difficult to play against a champion like Viego. Other champions to think about are like all assassins. Now assassins, once you are in this elo bracket, are like you're allowed to play. Belveth is up here. Whereas Kiana? Kiana just got nerfed, so she's probably like A or B even. Talon's probably like an A. Kha'Zix can be S tier. Kha'Zix really strong. Um, so this list gets a little bigger because you're now able to play more mechanical champions. Even Rengar could be like a it's very hard to play a good Rengar, but Rengar's up here. Rengar, Kiana, Talon. Kha'Zix, not too difficult. Talia could be played. So if you're playing a champion that's too simple at this stage, let's say you're still playing like any of these champions, really, you might be playing something a little too hard, or you might be playing something that's just not easy enough to hard carry. Like Nocturne, you can't hard carry. Jarvan can't hard carry. Trundle can't hard carry. It's really difficult to hard carry on those champions. So imagine this: you have a massive lead on any of these champions, you take over. That's my Emerald, Diamond, getting to Masters tier list. The rest of these champions, guys, I'm keeping them out of the list for a reason. I don't like the champions. They're not good right now. They're not good in the season. They don't have a place. And that's the reason why I'm keeping them all out of this. You can just place them all in your brain C and D. If you're a Masters player and you're trying to get to Challenger, GM, or yeah, just get better at the game. S tier champions are always going to be Viego, Bueno the same. I think Nocturne goes down. Nocturne is like not as good as you get higher. Talia is great. Lilia is great. Elise is really good as well. Wukong is really good. Xin Zhao's gets a bit better because you can do more. Diana's not as great. Belvet's up here. Kha'Zix up here. These champions are really, 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 really strong. Kiana, you need to be a true OTP. Hecarim is like S tier champion at this stage. Kindred's S tier champion. Kane's S tier champion. Okay, honestly, if I were to look at this list, one of the big things I'll teach you guys real quick is like the best way to go about deciding what champions to go is go to onetricks.gg and let's say you're like, okay, I really like Xin Zhao. Are there any current Xin Zhao challenger players? Then you go to ranking and then you'll see like, oh, Xin Zhao is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then really high elo Xin Zhao players. So Xin Zhao is a great champion. Let's say we want to look at Hecarim. Hecarim has I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5, 6 challengers. Cool. Now, there's a reason why you see champions like Sejuani that are never on these tier lists. If you search up a champion like Sejuani, there is a top lane player, Sedge, top lane. We filter this by jungle. The highest Masters player is jungle, like the highest Sejuani player is Masters. If you search up a Mumu, it's the exact same problem. You search a Maokai, it's like there's not a single one. Like, so if you are Masters and you're like, I don't know what to play, I don't know what to do, here is where point number 4 matters to you the most. If you're going from Masters to Chal, you need to truly commit to one art. So for me, I committed to the art of Kayn. And the art of Kayn is you're pretty much learning, you're mastering, you're getting your PhD on a champion. So a lot of people quit their PhD or they quit. They just like don't care. They don't care really. So then they'll do other things. They'll try their champions. They'll give up. You cannot give up. You cannot give up. Okay, if you're at this master's level, you need to just become the best on your champion. But yeah, that's the Masters Plus tier list. So like honestly, like this tier list like doesn't really matter. This is just off the top of my head. There's at least one like challenger player that plays some of these champions. The rest of these champions can be good or bad. Literally use onetricks.gg as a reference, and then the next catch is hopefully you have someone to watch that's better than you on the champion that you can learn from. So, for example, Jarvan and Volibear are really good champions for people to learn because I play these champions a lot at a high level and I explain what I'm doing at a high level. Kane is really good because you have Charisma, constantly explaining how to play Kane at a very high level. Viego, the same thing for me. Like, I explain Viego at a high level. So you really, really, really want to have people who either play a lot of games so you can watch them, or stream or make content so you can watch them. We've gone through champion fundamentals, we've gone through Iron all the way to Masters Plus. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this type of tier list. Did give me some feedback, let me know. I wish you guys the best on your climb, and I need to emphasize one big thing. On your climb up, you need to understand one thing. You need to understand what is your goal. There's one takeaway that you guys get from here. One big thing I want you guys to understand. One takeaway. You guys forgot everything I said. Understand what you are playing League of Legends for, and dig deep into that meaning. Um, the reason behind why you're playing League, what you're queuing up for, and your motivation, it determines everything about who you are and your success as a player. You need to have more reasons to keep going and pushing than you have to quit and get upset and get frustrated and get sad. If the reasons and the goals outweigh the intake teammates, champ sucks, this is that, you will push forward and you will become one of the high ranked players in League of Legends, aka Emerald Diamond Plus. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Take care and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Bye bye.